Did you know that 3 out of 10 women in the US do not invest in the stock market at all? There was a recent study done by Fidelity, and it showed that 29% of women don't have any investments. And honestly, I was one of them. I didn't even know what an ETF was until I was 44 years old. If you're a woman over the age of 40 and terms like ETF, index funds, S&P 500 sound like a foreign language, I want you to stick with me. Because once I understood what all of that meant, my entire retirement account and investments completely changed. And I want the same for you. So let me start off by telling you what I wish someone would have told me years ago, sat me down and explained. What is an ETF and why does it matter? So an ETF stands for Exchange Traded Fund. So essentially it is a basket of stocks bundled together. So you are purchasing it as one investment. So instead of buying individual stocks and hoping and praying that those stocks perform well, you are now purchasing hundreds or even thousands of companies at one time. For example, the ETF that I'm focusing on right now is VTI. Now, VTI tracks the entire US stock market. And for me, when I buy one share of VTI, I'm now purchasing hundreds or even thousands of companies at one time. Now, ETFs are traded just like any other stocks on the stock market. Okay, so when the stock market is open, you can buy and trade. This is something that I wish someone would have explained to me years ago, because you do not need to be a stock expert in order to start investing in the market. You just need to understand where to put your money. And once I understood that, the next question became, well, where do I actually go to buy them? So I opened up a brokerage account. Now, a brokerage account is an investment account where you can go and buy ETF stocks and other investments. So I opened up my brokerage account recently with Vanguard. Now, the reason why I did this is because I already have my Roth IRA there, as well as my SEP IRA, and I want all of my investments in one place. However, when I first got started with purchasing ETFs, I opened up a brokerage with SoFi. And I can tell you this, you can start with as little as $40 a month. That's what I did. I started to invest in VOO, VGT, VTI, and I was only buying $10, $20, $40 at a time. And once I learned that, you know what, you don't have to buy whole shares. You can just purchase as much as you want with whatever money you have. I started to increase the money as my income started to increase. And so the hardest part, honestly, was just getting started, because I was like, what am I doing? How do I do this? But once you open the account, you realize, oh, this is easy. And then now I wish I would have done it years ago. So like I said, I have my brokerage account now moved over to Vanguard, and then my high yield savings account is still with SoFi. Now here's the part that got me really excited, because when you can see what even the smallest amount of money can actually grow into, you'll then understand why I wish I would have done this sooner. So let's go ahead and look at the average stock market return. Now, roughly around 8 to 10% annually is the return that you'll get when you invest. So let's say that you do invest minimum $500 a month. Okay, let's start there. With an average return of 8% over the next 20 years, you're looking about roughly $295,000. Pretty good, right? But let's say you have multiple streams of income like I do, and now you can aggressively fund your ETFs every single month. Let's say with a 8% return over the next 20 years, now you're looking at $1.18 million. This is crazy. Like when you really do the math, you're like, whoa, I wish I would have gotten sooner. And now I know why people always say you want to start when you're 25, because you don't have to be as aggressive as $2,000 a month. You can literally do $100, $200 a month. In the next 40 years, you're going to be sitting on a pretty nice nest. But compare that to a high yield savings account. Now, y'all know I love me a high yield savings account, okay? But I just want you to do the math. Look at the return. So high yield savings account gives you anywhere between 3 and 4% APY. Now, that's a huge, massive difference from 8 to 10%. This is why it's very important that you put your money in the market and not just rely on a high yield savings account, because I do both. I have my money in a high yield savings account, which is meant for emergency purposes only, but it's also growing your money while it just sits there. But when you invest in the stock market, what happens is this is how you build wealth. And the great thing about having a brokerage account, you're not capped. Like a Roth IRA, you are capped at $7,500 per year. After the age of 50, then you can invest up to $8,600, but that's still a cap every year. With a brokerage, you now have a vast amount of money that you can put in with as often as you would like, and that's how you could actually catch up. So all in all, if you are a woman over 40 and you just learned what an ETF was from this video, there's no shame in that. Remember, I was 44 last year when I figured all of this stuff out. What matters is what you do now. So go ahead and leave me a comment and let me know, did you already know what an ETF was? And if so, what ETFs are you currently investing in? I really am curious to see what other people are investing in. I know a lot of the different ETFs that I could invest in. However, my strategy right now is to keep it simple and consistent. So like I mentioned, I'm focusing on VTI. Share with me what you're focusing on. And if you are new to my channel, I want to welcome you. My name is Dupay Alaru, and this was your Daily Dose with Dupay. If this video resonated with you, feel free to comment. I would love for you to subscribe and join our community. But even more importantly, share this video out. If there is someone in your life that you know who can use this information, share it with them. I would appreciate it. And until next time, as I always say, y'all, have a beautiful and blessed day.